Hey, we have some breaking news for you now about who Liberal leader Mark Carney is asking to be part of his team, his cabinet in particular, as he transitions into becoming Prime Minister. Radio Canada's Parliamentary Bureau Chief Louis Blouin joins me now. So, Louis, we were hearing a lot of talk today about a big name, not elected, being asked to be in cabinet.
Yes.
What do you got?
And we were surprised to hear that name. It's Jean Charest, the former Premier of Quebec, who apparently was contacted by Mr. Carney's team. We don't know exactly what the offer was, David, for exactly what position. We know for sure that Jean Charest doesn't want to be a minister in Mr. Carney's cabinet. Of course, if he would have appeared on our screens maybe on Wednesday or Thursday, he would have needed no seats, like Mr. Carney would need to run. So we understand that it's not his intention to become a minister in Mr. Carney's government, but it's interesting to see where he's reaching out, signaling that he wants to bring the party more to the center. We've had a couple of signs of that. But what we understand is that Mr. Charest could play a role at some point eventually, but after the next election. I think maybe he doesn't want to paint himself in the corner politically because, he was running not long ago in the Conservative race, but he wants to wait a bit, but maybe have a role more kind of an elder statesman.
An advisory role rather than an official cabinet
not an
role.
ambassador, where he would depend on the foreign affairs minister, but more, reporting to the PM eventually. So we'll see where it goes, but it's an interesting name that we heard. And I've heard also another premier, Christy Clark, who was, juggling.
That's what I was just going to ask, actually, because we've heard that as well.
Yeah, so that she, that she was supposed to run at some point, she didn't. There was the French issue and all that. But then it seems that she might be back into the play. So we'll see when we go to Rideau Hall in the next few hours where it goes. But it could be logical for Mr. Carney to try and go and reach out to different regions of the country. That's a balance you have to hit, but also a gender parity also.
But also the idea of showing a wartime cabinet, of bringing in people with skill set. This is the way, as I understand it, it is being considered, and that's why you would reach out to unelected people and then quickly go into an election. We think Christy Clark is going to run, yes? So that would,
that's the understanding we got, but we have no official confirmation yet.
Yeah, of course.
But the name is running around a lot.
Okay, so look, you said Wednesday, Thursday as a possibility. That's we're talking about the swearing in of the cabinet. The official transition could be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, before the end of the week, right? Yes. It's all very fluid.
They want to move quickly.
And they want to move quickly on an election. Now, we were hearing the same thing. April 28th is the day that I hear is most likely for voting day, which means, like next week sometime, he could dissolve Parliament.
Yeah, and what we were told in the last few days is that Mr. Carney wanted the transition to last about 10 days. So that brings us to March 19th to March 23rd. So that's fast, to form a cabinet, to prepare the platform, to get the plane ready. I'm hearing the plane is booked. So I got the confirmation of that yesterday, but now they have to maybe to put Mr. Carney's name on it. But but it's all going so fast. And if they go at maybe March 19th, March 23rd, then it would bring you short campaign, the shortest they can. That's the feeling we got. They want to get a strong mandate and not run it for too long. End of April. So we'll see. We know that Mr. Carney doesn't want to come back to Parliament on March 24th. Don't want to give, shed the light on the opposition party, give them, an opportunity to be more visible. But they are. We saw all the pressers today going on. I feel that the campaign is already launched, David. I don't know if you got the same impression that I got, but it's, we're right in the middle of it.
And just as a final point, Andrew Bevan, the Liberal campaign director, presented to caucus today for about 90 minutes, an update on where the election planning is, which is interesting. And I'm hearing from Conservative sources that they're going to get on the road right away. And they might even do their official launch while they're already on the road campaigning. So they know it's coming. They're just going to get out, start spending their money, and do it. So
and apparently the Conservative signs already, I'm told, and the war room is ready to go.
It is. They brought people in starting last weekend, I think, and staffed and ready to go. So
campaign mode.
We're in it. They just got to call it. Louis, always appreciate it. That's Radio Canada's Parliamentary Bureau Chief, Louis Blouin.